Not today. Not today. Just coming off their win from the Summit. Of course, I'll be joined by Dragon Drop Dota. How's it going, Dragon Drop?
Well, I'm doing great, Revo, here on this last day of the group stages, actually, and finally seeing NoT today in action here in this tournament. Since they weren't able to play yesterday, they kind of got a bad start into this and got a tough hill to climb if they want to finish anything but fourth here.
But if there is anyone who could climb that hill, it's probably not today. And luckily, it doesn't mean they would be eliminated from the tournament, even if they did come in fourth place. And as it stands right now, if we take a look at our group, we have Root, who is actually 6-0 right now. NoT Today 0-6. It's looking like NoT Today may come in second place, which it's really between them and Root for this group. Argentinian Rejects and Cafe Le Crew, they look okay, but they don't look that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I mean, just if you look at just the names of these two teams and what players are behind them, then you could come to the conclusion that this assessment could be reasonable, but who knows? It wouldn't be the first time that we would see an upset here in this tournament, or in Dota in general.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to the match between Root that's coming up pretty soon. It's a bit of a shame because Team Secret is playing right now in Dota Pit, and of course that's going to take up a little bit of our viewers, but those of you who are dedicated to some good old NASA Dota, you've come out here. So let's go ahead and talk about what we know here. I don't think you've gotten to see Cafe Le Crew in action yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay, they looked good yesterday, from what I got to see. And NoT Today, of course, have been looking good for a while. They didn't do that well against Root, but up against Argentinian Rejects, they did very well, of course. No, Cafe Le Crew, that is. So have you gotten to watch much of NoT in the past?
Not really. I haven't been able to watch too much Dota recently, mostly just the Captain's Draft Invitational, and apart from that, not much else, and obviously none of those teams are in there. So yeah, I have fresh eyes on these two teams, and I'm really excited to see what they can bring to the table.
Yeah, and you see Cafe Le Crew, they go ahead and get rid of Death Prophet and Centaur, two very strong heroes, and NoT Today, they generally like running those really tanky heroes if they can. And now, they'll actually pick up the Brewmaster to deny that from Smash, and that is what I would consider to be one of his best heroes. I'm just going to try and pull up his Dota buff profile here, just to get us some quick stats, if I can. But actually, Ancient Apparition is going to be the first pick from NoT Today.
Yeah, it's been a while since we saw an AAA first pick, and that might lead us into kind of a global strat coming out. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do with that. You can... Ogre Major is always a nice combination with any lineup, of course. But you can go something like a Next Assassin to scout targets out and then blow them up immediately. Any sort of Blink Dagger hero that can follow up on an Ice Blast can really work wonders with the Ancient Apparition. Or any sort of Invis hero, not just the Next Assassin, but also something like a Bounty Hunter. A little bit out of the box, but still possible.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused as to why they wouldn't pick up something like a Skywrath Mage against Brewmaster. You generally want to have that silence, but they do prefer Ancient Apparition, if I'm remembering correctly in the past. I do want to look at Smash's stats. He's played 56 matches as Brewmaster in competitive Dota, and he has a 76% win rate. You don't give this guy that hero, okay? That's the kind of, like, no. He's also got such a high win rate with Axe and Timbersaw, although they haven't been played quite as much. Timbersaw sitting at 9 games and Axe sitting at 17 games. But the other thing with the Brew, he's got an average 5.84 KDA.
Yeah. I think the general average of a Brewmaster was around 3 or 4. Not 100% sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the win percentage is definitely an impressive stat.
Yeah. And this will be their debut game in the current meta. Now, NoT Today, of course, have been picking up Lycan and Ember a bit. Of course, you just want to ban out Lycan sometimes. Trying to see here just to make sure. Yeah, with Ember Spirit, the team has a 78% or 66% win rate over 39 games, it looks like. Or, no, 24 games. Sorry, that was the combined column. And Medusa's a hero they've been giving to Ewo quite a bit. Now, this guy, he's made a name for himself with the Ewocopter. And I don't remember if you were with us, Dragon Drop, when we casted Union Gaming back when he was with Union Gaming in the Zotac Star League. And he picks up the gyro. The first game, it was like Rapier Rush. And there's 2 heroes that's viable on. It's Medusa and Gyrocopter. And Iwo has really adapted to Medusa in the current meta. I think she's a bit of a better Gyrocopter in some ways. Although she is countered, and that's why they ban out the Spectre and the Anti-Mage. So, yeah.
Yep. Well, yeah, any sort of mana burn hero, of course, or any hero that would like to buy a Diffusal if necessary or if possible, works wonders up against a Medusa simply because you kind of have to work through that mana shield to get to her, and the easiest way to do that is mana burn because it just scales so much better up against her than it would against any other heroes.
That's not to say, though, that mana burn is the end-all, be-all. If Medusa gets out of control, she can still play well against an Anti-Mage. I just played it in a pub, and, hey, Anti-Mage gets no farm, you're going to be fine. But Anti-Mage gets farm, you might be in a bit of trouble. Yeah. It's not going to auto-win the game, but it will make it hard.
Yeah, obviously it's always still going to come down to execution, it's going to come down to how much farm all the heroes have got, but face-to-face, all things being equal, then I would give Anti-Mage probably the advantage there, unless Medusa can just don't use him and smack him in the face.
Ooh, and they will grab the Legion Commander as well.
Oh yeah. I actually like this, especially because that's a nice single-target lockdown to go with the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast. The Legion Commander will buy a Blink Dagger, so it's one of these heroes that I was talking about before.
You need an Initiator, yeah.
Yeah, and then if you just put the Ogre Magi next to Legion Commander early on with Ancient Apparition as long-range artillery to go with that, then you have a recipe for a good duel and some easy damage coming out, especially if you can catch someone like a Scarab Mage or Sanking, or even a Brewmaster out before I can get a split off.
Reserve time.
Yeah, it's a very strong pickup. One other thing I like about it is that she is one of the only heroes who can really turn a hero around, you know what I mean? Instead of, like, just stunning a hero, she actually turns them to face Legion, and you can use that to your advantage with a Medusa, because if they're facing Medusa, they're probably going to head towards Stone Form. But Cafe Le Crew, they're not going to let him get away easy. There'll be a Clockwork from them, a natural Blade Mail builder, very good against pretty much everyone on the team. I don't think it's as good against Medusa, but it definitely can work, because Medusa eventually dishes out very high DPS. And, a good disruptor for Ogre Magi.
Yeah, I really like this Clockwork pick for multiple reasons. First, it does give you an extra little bit of an arena to go with the Scarab Mage, just to have that lockdown to go with the Mystic Flare. I mean, they also sort of have that with the Legion Commander if Not Today isn't careful with that hero, and they, like, say, initiate on a Sanking and Scarab Mage is right next to him, and drop some Mystic Flare right on top of the Legion Commander, then can turn around at you quite nicely. But now Cafe Le Crew have in the Clockwork another hero that can set up something like that. It also works nice just as kind of a separator in teamfights if you have to retreat or if you have to isolate a target, especially up against Medusa. That can be very important to just try and keep her away while you deal with the rest of the team and then go back to her. And not to mention the Cogs also have mana burn, so it's a little bit of a less significant here in this matchup up against Medusa, but nice to have anyway.
Yeah, definitely a good hero here. And for Cafe Le Crew, the ban here is going to be critical, because looking over what Smash has been playing recently, none of these heroes really fall into it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see him play Ogre Magi mid. But I wouldn't see that. And they're going to ban the Invoker, another hero he's had quite a lot of success with. And actually has a relatively high win rate with, I believe. Yeah, 65%-ish win rate with Invoker.
Yeah, Invoker is another one of these heroes that can just work well with the Legion Command. It can work well with the Medusa, just to keep people in place for a little bit for Stormgaze to take an effect. And Tide Hunter works in a similar way, so Not Today getting themselves a little bit more team fights and really a lineup centered around the Medusa and the Legion Commander is kind of a backup and secondary carry. So
yeah, I'm trying to look
lineup,
though.
A little bit on the weak side early game, I would say, simply because of the Ancient Apparition. If they are not the ones going aggressive, though.
10 seconds remaining.
He did play Legion Commander yesterday and has 100% win rate on the hero, but that's over one game, so that's a small sample
really
size.
says a lot, man.
Yeah. He's the best Legion ever. He's got 100%. Oh wait, just okay, whatever.
Sample size.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't see any evidence, unless I'm missing it here, of him playing Medusa or Tidehunter. But I mean, hey, there's always room for them to put him on a brand new hero. My question is, what hard carry do Cafe Lacroix pick up here? Do they go for something like, I mean, it's going to sound stupid, okay, just brace yourself. They could even go for something like a Riki, though, who definitely builds a Diffusal Blade and has really good attack speed to work against the Medusa. Or, okay, someone like a Slark that is going to steal stats from Medusa. I like this a bit better.
Yeah, I don't really like Riki in competitive play simply because he's just too easily countered, and if you just take away his invisibility, he doesn't really bring a lot to the table. I mean, the buffs in the recent patch did help. Having that Blink Strike can just be super good and just bringing a target down quickly, but and Smoke Screen can be good situationally as well.
But against Medusa, it's not going to do much.
Yeah, exactly.
If she knows Ariki is on the field, she's going to walk around with Mana Shield on, just in case. Because otherwise, I mean, you just get wrecked instantly.
So, the Slug pickup in this instance is just a better Riki in this position. I mean, if he really wants invisibility, he can go for a Shadow Blade, but doesn't really need it. He's so fast that he can get around, and he will build a Blink Dagger most likely, and then he's just as mobile and just as unseen. But not because of invisibility, but just because he can move so quickly and blink right on top of you that you barely have time to react sometimes.
Yeah, and let me fix the correct overlay. I didn't... Oh, gosh. Just a second here. Pay no attention to the face you're seeing on screen.
Did you mess up again, Revo?
I messed up again. I had it yesterday. There we go. Battle of America HUD is live. Of course, guys, you can catch our ticket in there. And, of course, we do have an Ish on stats. Initiator. Big shout out to him. I think I forgot to introduce him at the beginning. I must have. I'm sorry, Anish. I really am.
You're a horrible person.
Horrible. Report Revo. Anyways, of course, I'm SP Revolution 5, otherwise known as Revo. I'm joined by Drag and Drop Dota, and we have quite the game on our hands. And it's not just one game for me tonight, for NoT today. It is 3 games. And all day I've been like, I get to cast NoT today tonight. I get to cast NoT today tonight. So.
You don't get to cast today? What? It's so wrong, man.
I get to cast NoT today tonight.
There's so many bad jokes I can make with that name.
Yeah.
I mean, right then and there when he said, I had the overlay yesterday, then I was just about to say, well, yesterday is not today.
Yeah, of course.
But then I would have to smack myself in the face just for saying that, but so I didn't.
Will NoT today play today? No, not today. No, not today? Yes, not today. No, you just said no, not today. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
But
where's the confusion here?
What? Oh my goodness.
Okay.
This reminds me of the Drag and Drop. Have you ever watched Abbott and Costello? You know, the good old, well, if I'm in Chicago, then I can't be here. Right? Yeah, Anyways, let's get into Cosmetic Corner over here, if you will. Something that me and Kaiser delved into the other night. Scar's Mage.
What's the Korea here? For the Radiant side. It's a dwarf carrying a pig. What the hell?
Have you not seen that one?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that one. Okay.
when it flies, it like the dwarf kind of dangles.
Well, yeah,
it's really cute.
I might have seen this one, but not really frequently.
Yeah. Of course, guys, again, big shout out to all you guys coming tonight. Don't forget to tell your friends. I know things will be livening up in just a bit, seeing as Secrets game should be ending pretty soon, I believe. And VP Fuller and VP Phoenix will be ending pretty soon as well.
Yes?
Okay. I just want to get on my soapbox for 1 second here.
Oh god, no.
Dota 2 Lounge, if you don't have room, how are you adding more matches right now? when there's not another match for 11 hours, and you could clearly add Not Today versus Root. Because I can tell you that people definitely want to bet on those matches. Anyways, I'm done. Soapbox is put away. We're good now.
Look at Tidehunter's head. It's so cool.
Where is he?
Like a dinosaur.
Oh, yeah. There we go. It's the Excavator's Treasure. He's got a bit of the Yol set. Which, I don't think Yol is on a team right now, is he?
I don't believe so. I haven't seen him in a while. Might be wrong, though.
Okay, looks like we are ready to go now. So, sorry for the delay, guys. Of course, we'll be getting right into the game. So, Drag and Drop, the question I always ask you. Actually, the first question I always ask you, can you introduce Café Le Crew?
Absolutely, I can. Starting here with the Clockwork, played by Mate. He's being followed by...
We'll call that one Café Lou.
Café Lou, yes.
Yeah.
On the same game. PG-13 guys, or whatever it's called. Mind following on the Slug, Blue on the Brewmaster, and Fake playing the Scarab Mage.
Yeah, for you...
all heading out.
Don't you mean like, Peggy 13 plus?
Whatever, man. I'm not familiar with all you American weird terms.
I was just trying to make it European for you. Anyways, over on the side of Not Today, we have Iwo on the Medusa. Actually walking into an enemy team. Uh-oh. Burrow Strike misses. And that is not a great start.
Yeah, that's not her, P.
Oh, and Mizoku, he comes through the river and he instantly just says, okay, I'm staying in the pit. Not coming out. They know. They've seen it. And they're going to find him now. Can he deny himself to Roche? He'll be on the Ancient Apparition, by the way. And they will get first blood. Café Lou, his first Burrow Strike didn't work out. And he'll actually have no mana right now. But hey, securing a kill with that, getting an early 400 gold, that'll be fine. I believe they saw that thanks to... Vision over here. Yeah. They started pinging it out right as he was going in the pit, so I'm not calling map hack or anything on that. Misko will be on the Proger Burger Magi. You've got Meathawk on the Tidehunter and Fake.
Bad.
46
nice
HP.
Yeah.
And Not Today will get a revenge kill. A little ironic, if you will.
Interesting start here already. I mean, 2 kills before the creeps
and
eat here.
Smash on the Legion Commander, what we might even call his ace in the hole, having only brought it out a day ago. Very impressive from him. And guys, please...
Putting a lot of harassment here on blue, so...
let me know, what the volume levels are like. If Drag and Drop's too loud, if I'm too quiet, that would be the same thing, but you know what I mean. Let us know, because we haven't exactly done a sound check, that's my fault, but we can fix it on the fly here. Okay, so now for the question I always ask you, Drag and Drop. Which lineup do you like better?
I like all the lineups, man. It's what I always say, isn't it? Yeah, it's really hard to tell. I kind of want to say Café Le Crew simply because they have that beautiful potential from the Clockwork once he hits level 6, together with the Scarab Mage and Sand King, which is a very good roaming combination, actually. Especially once a Scout Mage gets at level 3, to set up with a Concussive Shot into a Burst Strike into an Ancient Seal for lots of damage.
Oh, and Ogre gonna find a kill on the mid lane. And Ignite helping Smash out and securing these early kills, and actually helping Ogre get some very early levels. He's sitting level 2 a minute and a half in. Legion is almost level 3, but you look at like Ancient Apparition, he's only level 1 here. You look at Skywrath, he's sitting level 1 with 25 XP. I mean... This is helping the Ogre a lot. He's a very experienced, hungry support, and I'm loving the early rotations out of him right now.
Yeah, it's can be really hard for an Ogre Magi to get these early couple of levels.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, as good as the spells are at level 1, they're not really great. I mean, it's 1.5 seconds on duration, it's great, but it's only a little bit of damage. And the Ignite isn't as great at level 1 either. So you do need some help, but... If you can get that, if you can get a couple of early levels, then these spells start skating really well.
Yeah. And one other thing I want to point out about CLC's lineup, the Clockwork. Generally, if you pick up a Clockwork, you don't want to have tons of melee on your lineup, and they've got 3 other melee heroes, but you've got a Brew who's going to build a Blink, Sand King who's going to build a Blink, Slark who's got Leap anyway, but he'll probably build a Blink as well, or Pounce, excuse me, not Leap. Pounce. Oh, and actually Ogre going to find a 3rd kill. He's got all the kills for this game, and yes, Ogre, we've definitely heard that one, please. But I mean, he's got 1,000 gold. This is 3-minute mana boots for Ogre.
When have you ever seen that, man? That's a rich Ogre right there.
Yeah, and you look at Legion's experience, and it's just pointing out 4 levels on Legion, 3 on the Brewmaster, and about a level between them at the moment. When will the enemy team win? I think it's not today, right now. But we can't count them out, of course. Not today. I've been very busy the past week with, of course, Beyond the Summit's Summit qualifier, which they won, and the Battle Fury tourney in Peru last night, which I believe they did pretty well on if they didn't win. So
I actually could have checked that out in the meantime, but kind of forgot about that. I did know that there were. Yeah, thankfully we have a guy on the stats that can hand that information in once he gets it.
Yep.
So we don't have to do it. It's so great. It's so easy, and casting is easy. Anyway, yeah, the thing is about this Clockwork, I mean, I just told you that I really like him together with the Sanking and the Scar of Mage. The problem is that they do need to at least keep up in terms of farm with NoT in order for that to work, or else Clockwork's just gonna hook in, then die, and then nothing will be gained, right? Gonna go again on mid here. Misko, he's not leaving here, man. It's kind of a dual lane here, with him stacking the jungle every once in a while.
Yeah, it really is. And Ogre stacking the jungle, I mean, some people say, well, how's Ogre gonna farm the camps? Well, you might be as dumb as Ogre is in that point. Because once he hits level 6, Ignite has an AoE, and this is one of the buffs I was proposing back before 6.82 came out, is just give Ignite a base AoE. It can be as small as you want, just enough to say, hey, there's a stack there, let's use Ignite to farm it, because that would allow him to get early levels. Legion is going to use this Invis rune here. Smash is just kind of baiting out tower shots and saying, hey, Blue, you know I'm here, right? Okay, buddy, cool. And I gotta say, I'm enjoying his build right here. Being able to spam press the attack with the bottle is going to keep you sustaining in lane great. And of course, overwhelming odds against a hero like Brew that is usually thinking, okay, I'm tanky because I can dodge stuff. You're not going to be able to dodge that.
Yeah. It's a hefty nuke, especially since Maxis is out now. So, I mean, Blue can throw out an equal amount of harassment, but his bottle is empty right now, and Legion Commander also has that press the attack heal. So, a little bit more sustain, and it really shows in the CS war as well. 24-4 as opposed to 16-5 on the Brewmaster. Yeah,
Smash definitely dominating this lane. Speaking of dominating a lane, though, Skywrath Mage doing a lot of work up top. He hasn't been in lane very much. But Tidehunter sitting level 5 right now. Slart sitting level 5. He's only got half a level above that, and he's so low as well. Meanwhile, bottom lane, looks like AA is going to take out Clockwork. Drag and drop, so I don't have to do any detective work. What actually happened here?
Well, I just got in half a second before you, so I couldn't really tell you. It looks like a rotation from the Ogre once again. Who would have thought, right?
Yeah.
And then that on top of the Ice Vortex from Masoku, who actually maxes it out together with the Chilling Touch. That's plenty of magic damage going the way of a Clockwork, so...
Yeah. We've got an Observer Ward down here in the bot lane, and I've really liked this Observer Ward. It's blocked off 6 creep spawns, basically, right here, which is a giant bulk of experience. Of course, they do have a triple stack right there, as well as a double stack here for Smash, who is sporting, of course, the Legion Commander Arcana with no gem, so I can't even tell how much stuff has happened for him.
Yeah, well, maybe he doesn't want to have anyone see the shame that his 0 duel wins, but who knows?
Yeah.
I'm sure you want to duel at one point.
No, of course, it's just a new Arcana, guys. Calm down. I swear, it's just a new Arcana. That happened with my Shadow Fiend Arcana. I put a kill stream in it a little late, and like I had like only 3 or 4 of the triple raise combo, because that's hard to hit, let's be honest. And then I had like 2 kills one game. But Misko, he's going to get focused down. They'll finally bring him down. Skywrath getting him and the Sand King a good chunk of XP thanks to that. And now Sand King will have his mana boots coming out pretty soon. Ogre did opt to go for those, and he's also picking up some wards and a magic stick here, or selling the magic stick and picking up dust instead. Meanwhile, up top, we've got Slark. He's going for the greed. He's going for that Midas right now. I believe it's on the courier. No, it wasn't, actually. It is ready to be picked up if he can get to the side shot. The problem is, he's not going to have an easy time doing that, especially with Ogre coming up right now. Cafe Lou going to try to focus down Tidehunter. He'll get gushed up here. They'll dust him out and possibly find the kill. I don't see any way he's getting out of this one. One more swing of Tidehunter's, well, sword there. A little interesting that he's actually carrying a sword, but whatever. That'll bring him down.
I'm not sure what he was thinking there, going in there without mana for a burst strike.
Well,
on the other hand, though, in the bottom lane, Medusa and
oh no! Okay, Mind does manage to buy out his glove before he dies, but he was trying to get to that side shot. What were you saying about Medusa now? I missed that completely.
I don't know, me too.
They got taken down.
Just being torn. Yeah, I'm just being torn from bottom to top lane and I'm missing everything. So, but yeah, Smash got a dual win out of that with the double damage and of course easy pickings even on the slog. But yeah, as you mentioned, he does have his Midas, so could have been worse. Could have been much worse.
Yeah, but it's now a 9-minute Midas when he could have had it. I think it's 7 minutes. I mean, sure, he's got a little bit of extra gold in the bank there, but you've also lost your tower. And this is the point where it goes from being a, okay, I'm a bit ahead, I can feel comfortable getting a Midas, to this is pretty much a catch-up Midas. If they don't make a big play soon. We could see it happen, though. So.
Yep. And the problem is that Titan is already level 6. I mean, he hasn't used his Ravage yet, doesn't have mana right now, but he'll have that soon. And he's also actually very close to a Blink Dagger, so that's a Tidehunter in the off lane that's been getting crazy good amounts of farm to a point where he can get a Blink Dagger around the time that a Bad Rider would with jungle farm. So, and he still has, I believe, no stacks, but he can still farm the Ancients, stack them up once if he really wants. Actually, the Ancient stack is there already. Triple stack.
And actually, Hookshot gonna come out on Evo in the bot lane. He will get the ult off before he runs out of mana from his mana shield. And Mate gonna get stunned up here, but is it enough time? Evo having trouble getting the attacks off. He's gonna get hit with Drunken Haze, and he probably should be just retreating here. He'll realize that in just a moment. He'll get a few more right clicks off, it looks like. But with the Skywrath Mage here harassing out Ogre, it's gonna be pretty hard. There's Smash with the duel out onto Fake. An easy duel for him as well. And they actually end up not losing anyone and taking down the Skywrath in the meantime. That's a 400 gold-ish swing for NoT today.
It's really something that you have to be really, really careful about if you're Cafe Le Clou. Giving damage to the Legion Commander can bite you in the ass big time later down the line.
Yeah.
I mean, just a duel here or there, you might say, but no, this really adds up. I mean, he already hits for 110 damage, give or take. And if he gets a couple extra duels, he'll hit for 200 sooner rather than later, and then he can just duel you and solo kill you almost, if you are like a Skywrath Mage or even a Sand King. Oh, Mate.
Oh, he's in big trouble.
Yeah, he's so dead.
Yeah, that snake will finish him off. In the game I played as Medusa this afternoon, I got a lucky snake once that basically bounced to 2 heroes and got me a double kill.
Yeah, sometimes you get lucky. I mean, Ivo just was able to directly target him, and that was enough to kill him with the shadow effect, along with 2 right clicks, so not so much of a lucky snake, than a really good play here from Ivo, just recognizing that the Ice Blast was gonna hit, so that he could keep himself on range to get a couple of attacks and the Mystic Snake in.
Yeah. The snake can do astounding amounts of damage. It'll actually really help you farm. It's not the best use of it since you're not really gaining mana off of it, but it can basically help clear a creep wave. Yeah, again, Smash's 100% win rate with Legion Commander. I mean, he hasn't played it very much, but he's already proving to be very good at the hero. Sitting at 71 last hits. I mean, when you're out farming your own Medusa, that's quite an accomplishment, especially when you've been rune controlling and rotating around the map.
I think a couple of those were jungle stacks, but nevertheless, they're sitting very close in terms of net worth. So, definitely good to have your mid lane in that kind of situation.
This is a team who's going to benefit quite a lot from jungle stacks. There'll be a press the attack out from Smash. I think he thought he could jump on someone there, but isn't actually going to be able to. Blue backing up, Cafe Lou standing nearby. They will throw out a rocket, and Mihawk, he's got a Ravage. Do they really want to jump on this is the question, though. They've got a very well-placed observer up here just to see up the cliff so that Smash can blink in. I like that positioning from that, you know?
Yeah.
Mizoku, though, I don't think he's in a great spot right now. He keeps getting juked up and down the cliff here. He will get slowed down and hit with a stun to be taken down by the Sand King. And his pub stat on the Legion is 62.5% win rate from 16 games. Relatively small sample size, but still, I mean, that's pretty impressive, if you ask me.
Yeah, sure. It isn't telling us that much. I mean, Legion Commander is kind of feast or famine. If you, especially, at least when it comes to the late game, but also sort of in the mid game. I mean, either you get the duels or you don't. That's kind of the thing.
There's a third option. You could lose the duels, all of them. And then you're really doomed. But we don't think Smash will do that. Actually, big Ice Blast almost hit 3 or 4, but only going to end up landing on Fake. He's got relatively low HP. They'll actually find the ward here, and now they're realizing, hey, something's up. Let's throw down a sentry and figure it out. And actually, they're just going to miss the sentry in the river as well.
Yeah,
Smoke rotation coming out from 4 over here as Blue just chilling mid lane. Still hasn't used his split, but is 40 gold from Blink right now, and I think he'll be able to secure that pretty easily.
That's a great thing about having a Slark in your team. I mean, you can just... Oh, you'll find Medusa here in the bottom lane. Misses the pounce, though.
Yeah.
And Shield will do some work. There's Burst Strike available. He will use it. Epicenter as well? Not quite yet.
And Medusa getting the ult off. There'll be a Tidehunter Ravage. It catches all 4. And Cafe Lu going to be the first to drop your mind. Looks like he's going to get away. Skywrath will end up falling to Ancient Apparition. Clockwork ticking down, but it doesn't look like it'll be quite enough to finish him off. Mind just being very careful to use his Midas before he goes down, and actually going to get turned around on, dueled by Legion. Blue comes in here, he gets a clap off. He probably needs to split to make sure he gets out of this, seeing as there are 4 heroes on him. He will try to pop the split and then cancel it. A little bit of an awkward decision from him, but at least they still have the split up. It was probably pretty likely that even if he split, he would have died there.
Yeah, that's probably the best decision, to just hold off on that and try again later on. And yeah, this is not working here for Cafe Le Crew.
Yeah.
I mean, they keep running into...
Fake gets hit hard by the Mana Snake. One more crit, or one more hit would do the job, but...
Whoa, 5 health points.
Yeah.
Dang.
And he does not have very high HP regen. He's going to be forced back to the base, and it's a good thing they have the Clockwork on their own team at this point.
Yeah. The problem with that last engagement was that Cafe Le Crew essentially went for the first target they saw. The problem was that's a Medusa who's already level 11, who is easily farmed already.
And they're going to go after Smash. The ult will come off from Cafe Lu. Smash wins the duel. They get 2 kills, but they lose their mid in the process. And I think this is a pretty big win for CLC, even if they lose the Clockwork as well. And it doesn't even look like they're going to. They're going to take down Mizoku, excuse me. And Ogre Magi in the air. He's a bit dizzy when he comes back down and actually turns to look up the cliff. Tidehunter comes in for support. They will put him up in the air now. Multicast coming out on that one red panda. And now Brew, he blinks in. He's going to get a few crits on Misco. And actually bringing down a 3rd hero now. Mihawk, face to face with Blue, should be able to win this fight and at least make it out. Maybe even bring Blue down with him. But now Cafe Lu already back into the fight. He's going to try to go after the Tidehunter. But Blue taking some big hits here. They don't quite have enough, it seems like, inside. He's not afraid. He says, not today. You're not getting away, buddy. Mihawk on low health. There's your duel from Smash. The blink in is perfect. And a huge AA ulti. It's going to help Smash finish off Cafe Lu. And instantly, the enemy team turns around. They throw out a Arcane Bolt there. And Smash actually gets silenced. Skyra's like, get away from me, vile woman.
Gets a blink off, so this fight might finally end. Maybe not.
I don't even know. The Ravage is going to come out. It's going to catch 2. Mind, he'll be invisible here. Smash doesn't have much HP. Will end up going down. It looks like to the... It's split among assists there. But, I mean, they're bringing Smash down, but isn't even worth it. The whole fight recap, we see 5 heroes go down for CLC. I don't even know how far back the fight recap is showing me. As 2 have fallen from NoT.
Yeah, let's just go from bad to worse for Cafe Le Crew. I mean, Smash dies, sure, but he's getting what he wants out of it. He's getting the duel wins. And it's always something that is a factor that is not shown in the metrics, but it's very important nonetheless. I mean, every time you have something like duel, like a flash heap, like a silence or intelligence seal, something like that, something extra bit that you gain out of a fight. So that alone makes it worth it for Smash to still die there, because he got the duels. And even without that, NoT did take a lot more of CLC down. There we go again.
Yeah, they're actually going to get the duel off right here. Smash going to be going to town. He will take down one more. Getting caught in that Mystic Flare, but he is splitting it with Mihawk, so he'll have enough damage. Fake getting hit with a bit of damage there as well. Smash gets silenced up, but that won't stop him from right-clicking. And Blade Mail already up on him. He's working on BKB as well. And in the meantime, Ewo is just basically free farming. I mean, I don't think he was a part of that engagement mid. And I did get a chance to look at the stream. It was about a 1.5-minute long engagement in the mid lane there. And Smash just gonna man up. I don't even know how he won that. He should play Ogre Magi because I seriously think he might be RNGesus.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Blackmail is doing some work there as well. I mean, and that's right where the point is, where the Legion Commander just threatens to start getting out of control, right? I mean, 76 damage. I mean, if he had more duels there, if it wasn't on cooldown for all of those kills, then you would have had like 120 right now at least.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
Evo
Evo
finally joining the fight. Might die here, probably not though, all things considered.
Yeah, and Mate gonna get taken down, it looks like, by the AA ulti in the end. Ewo takes a lot of damage, and he's actually out of mana, so he will be going down there. Mazoku gonna get bursted as well, and a good fight finally coming out of CLC now, as they will probably bring down Misko. Yeah, he's going down. Slark comes in here just to KS. But
It
meanwhile,
was so necessary for them right now. I mean, just to have that instant recuperation here, just another 3,000 gold swing in that direction for once.
and this doesn't even show that Smash died, because he's already back up. He's dueling someone here. I think it's Cafe Lou. He will get a nice duel off of that. That's 90 damage up on him right now. That's a Monkey King bar's worth of right-click, just base damage. Not counting the mini bash, of course, but a Monkey King bar's worth of damage for him. He's got a perma DD rune at the moment. And Tide looking for a Ravage, doesn't quite have the mana to do so, though.
Yeah, he'll have... won't have it soon, especially with Mana Bun coming out, so I think they should retreat maybe, finally now.
I think he was trying to just say, hey, run, because I might have Ravage. You don't have time to even look at my abilities.
Even without Ravage, I mean, he has it now, by the way.
Yeah.
But even without that, I mean, we saw it in sort of the beginning of the last fight in mid that took like forever. Or like kind of halfway through, where Tidehunter was just occupying so much of Cafe Crew's time trying to kill him. Up to a point where Smash was back from the dead, got another duel off, just like here now. Will have enough damage? Of course they will. 104 extra damage now in LC. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if CLC will call the GG pretty soon. Oh yeah.
Yeah, right now.
Call it.
It's gonna be GG right away. 20 minutes. And CLC, I think they know some of the things to ban out here. But yeah, Misko getting some great multicast off in that last fight. I have received word that it looks like our third game we're not going to get to see NoT Today play tonight, which is a little disappointing for me. But we'll see if that works. It's something about cutting a deal with the Spanish casters, but...
hey, but you know what's funny?
What?
This game took just as long as it was delayed.
Yeah, we're actually right on time if we can start the game right away. So, of course, myself, SB Revolution 5, and Dragon Drop Dota as well. Make sure you guys check us out on Twitter under those names. Of course, Initiator, providing stats for us. We'll be going right into game number 2 right away. Not up against CLC, and we'll get going right now. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in a bit.